Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm Project Rupert. Should be the final video. So here we are today. You're going to get straight into it. We're going to start rejetting the carburettor. Now, if you remember back to the last video, we took out a little rubber snorkel that was restricting the airflow a little bit, and there's also a little noise baffle plate that goes between the boot and the carburettor itself. That's been removed, so the engine's getting more air now. So we've got to remove the carburetor, turn it upside down, float bowl off, and then start swapping out the jets. Now if I look at the jets, little tool arrangements for the day in a wheelbarrow, save me going up and down. Now Amazon is flooded with cheapy jets, and I would advise you to stay away from them. These aren't really that expensive. Proper Polini ones, manufacturing tolerances are going to be much higher than the cheap Chinese ones. And you see this one goes from 60 to 78, these jets. And which is right, this is the factory jet. Well, I say factory jet, it's actually a replacement Dell'Auto carburettor, but it's the correct one, and it comes with a 53 jet. The number's stamped on there, perhaps can't see it, but yeah, 53. No way that it will run on that, not without the catalytic converter exhaust, as I was explaining in the last video. So these go 60, 62, 64, and then jumps to 68. So I've got the 66 jet in. I thought it was 62 actually, but yeah, I've got the 66 jet in at the moment, and I've got 6 more jets that I can upsize. So I'm going to go straight to a 72 and see how that is, and then I've still got a few more to go above it. And if I still can't get it right, I'm going to have to get another one of these kits with the next set of stages, but I'm pretty sure that we'll get it with this. So we're going to 72 jet. First of all, we've got to drain the carburettor of fuel. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the vacuum, and then I'm going to plug that off with a brake pipe clamp, just so that the carburettor is not taking in excess air. The reason I'm going to take the vacuum off is because otherwise, once the engine's running, the petrol's just going to be pissing out of the petrol just here. So that's got to come off as well. And I'm going to hold that up here. I'm going to clamp it. That pipe's full of fuel, and I'm just going to start the bike and just let it run all that through and run out of fuel, basically. So let's get on with it. The fuel pipe, where's the fuel at? The fuel's right down there actually. I think it's on the verge of just running out of fuel anyway, but we'll keep it clamped up. This is for clamping off brake pipes, this little tool. Well, that's what it's designed for, but any kind of pipe, as long as it's soft enough for it to squash down, and that's locked that off. It's like a pair of forceps, if you will. Okay then, right, let's get it started up, let it run out of fuel. Careful when I reassemble it here, because it's like a rubber gasket. I'll show you in a second. It doesn't quite sit in its groove. Well, it does, but it's been on and off a few times, so it's probably getting a bit stretched. But yeah, when I got it running for the first time, that gasket was trapped, so there was quite a big air leak getting into the carb, dribbling a bit of fuel as well. So it's never going to run right, but the object was to get it running. Just got to be careful when I put this back together. Alright, don't lose the screws. Yeah, it's in place. Yeah, it's like a gasket in there, so I don't want to disturb that. There's my idle jet, and there's my main jet, and it is, yes, it's a 66. So let's get these swapped out and put the, what did we say we're going? 72. Right, drop a 72 in there. Hold on. Oh, that was fortunate. It's brass as well, so a magnet wouldn't have found that, would it? There's the tachometer. They're very cheap, these, Amazon or eBay, something like that. All it is just one wire coming off it. And you wrap that around your spark plug, maybe 6 turns, and it make an induction coil, if you will. And the high tension lead inside it, when it's giving off the spark signal, 1800 times a minute, that tachometer will be able to detect those pulses, and that's how you get your engine speed. So let's just wrap that on a little bit. Get it all the way up to there. Finish that tail end off on the thick bit. A little bit of tape just to hold it on. Okay. Okay, you see that? Right, let's check on the old encyclopedia, which is my telephone. There we go. These, get those as screenshots, very handy. Always got it in your pocket then, haven't you? Friend, transmission, brakes, tyres, weight, spark plug, electrode, idle speed. 1800, 1800 revs per minute, so that's what we're going to have to set it to. Yeah, the fan, don't forget these bikes are air cooled, and with this stationary it's been running now for a good 40 minutes or so. It's not getting any air rushing over the engine, so we've got a fan under there just to give it a little bit of airflow. We don't want to be having a soft seize at this early stage, do we? Here in the sunshine. Yeah, it's floating around 18, 1840, 50, something like that. We rev it up and it will drop back down. I think we're still going to have to visit the jetting again in a little while, because it needs a proper road test, which I can't do until the MOT, obviously. And we're running in a new piston as well. So yeah, I can probably have a look at it in maybe 200 or 300 mile if that's what it needs. But for now, I think we're about there. So I've got MOTs booked in for 2 days' time. So we're just gonna have a double check over everything, make sure everything's buttoned up properly. These fuel pipes and the vacuum pipe, I purposely left those long so that I can come out the side here while I'm sucking the petrol and draining it out, things like that. Once it is nailed down properly in a few hundred miles and that piston is running, we've got to put a fuel filter on. I've left that off because I didn't want any restriction while we're tuning it up. So I think we're good enough to get on the road with it now, down to the MOT station. Got to sort that stand out though, so that's the next job. Check everything over, sort them pipes out, let's get that stand off, do that little bit of welding. Time for a tune. See you in a bit.
She was mine, she looked so good. I wanna hold her street. Another girl in the neighborhood. Wish she was mine, she looks so good. I wanna hold her tight. Get teenage kicks right through the night. I'm gonna call her on the telephone. Have her over 'cause I'm all alone. I need excitement, no, I need it bad. And it's the best I've ever had. I wanna hold her tight. Get teenage kicks right through the night. Where I am. I wanna hold her tight. Get teenage kicks right through the night. Where I am.
Got centre stand done and back on, so we're going to check this is level. But the reason why I'm being so particular about the centre stand is because the side stand, never ever use it, or try to avoid using it at all costs, and I'll show you why. These are designed to retract automatically as a safety feature, so you can't leave it down. As soon as you take the weight off that, it flicks back up. Stops you driving up the road with it down and then catching on a curve or something like that and having lost. But if you leave the bike on its side stand, as it is now, and a bus or lorry goes past and creates a little bit of turbulence and just what rocks the bike a little bit, that's all it needs, and the bike is on the floor. There again. All I've done is just took the weight off it and barely touched it. So yeah, they're not great, but there you go. Right, Mr. Tripod, stay there. No problem. Right. Try it across there. Bang on. Do it on the actual metal itself. That is good enough for me. Lovely. Yeah, pretty good job that. Adapt, improvise and overcome. Ground a little bit off one and weld a little bit on the other and pushed it back right. So that's it now. MOT tomorrow. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I've got that clip. I think it's supposed to take that one off, but yeah, that's it. £15 piece of Vespa plastic. That's alright though. Let's keep that under my seat. Yeah. Dun dun dun. Yes, it is a failure. Headlight aim. He's just showed me where that needs bringing up to. But he's got the headlamp light intensity severely reduced, and he seems to think that it is weak battery. He's put a tester on it. It's showing that it's knackered. It is 3 years old. So I'm just going to go out and get a new battery. And just have another double check on the earth leads, and the main beam telltale not working. It is working, it's very, very dim. Right, so that's the job for today then. Oh well, it's warts and all, isn't it? Right, we're going to get a battery, and I suppose I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, Vespa S50 49cc, 2007 onwards. Showing the only compatible battery, YB9-B. Which is this one. It does look to me like it is too big. But maybe, as the wife said, I had a smaller one in originally, and that's what I replaced it with. And it simply hasn't got the amp hours, that's why it's let me down. So we shall go with, who's the Halford's chart. Let's go with it and see what happens. Just bring it back, can't I? Well, I've got a new battery on old Rupert, but the problem still remains. I'm doing some testing around to the CDI, the green wire here. Should be going about 250 volts AC. That is what charges the capacitor in the CDI unit. The red is the signal to drop the spark. But when the bike is running and I've got that probe, I'm getting about 140, so that is well low. We've isolated the ignition switch, so we're not leaking to ground through the ignition switch. The battery is putting out 12.6 volts while the bike is running. It's supposed to be between 13 and 14, so that's not good either. So yeah, so I've gone the whole hog after the battery didn't make a difference. I am not putting anything to chance, so we're going to change every electrical component. That is a new CDI unit. I've checked all the crimping that I had to do on these wires. That's absolutely fine. I've got a new stator. This is the old. I've got a new stator, a new flywheel. The old flywheel, old stator. I've also got a new spark plug cap. And for what it costs, you might as well just go the whole hog. I'm pretty sure that there's nothing wrong with mine, but this is the regulator. I think it's a multitude of things in that box. It's got the indicator flasher in there, and it's a rectifier as well. But there we go. So we've got a new one of them. So we've got all of these. But one interesting thing to note is look at the magnetism on. This is the old flywheel, and this is the new one. It's significantly stronger. I'm able to just lift the edge up there, just running a screwdriver over it. That's nothing. It sticks, but it's not even strong enough to move it. These look like the old ferrite magnets, are they? Possibly. And these ones are, that's the ceramic inside that steel plate there. I don't know, but right, let's get them on and see how we go. Yeah, this is my new spark plug wire, new cap. Do a quick resistance test on there, get the probe, come on, get in there. So we've got there 4,500 ohms. Let's get the old HT lead. A bit shorter this one. I think that new one needs cutting down a little bit, but there we go. That's fine. Get that in there. Oh look, half an ohm. So we have new flywheel, new stator plate, new CDI unit and HT lead and cap, new regulator rectifier, new battery. Where are we at? No, come on, stay on there, tripod mode enabled. Hope you can see that. Put the light on, don't think it makes much difference. Oh, it does. 13.39 volts, brand new battery, so it's going to read a little high, I would guess. Try it on the electric, see what the cranking volts are. Proper old charging voltage there. Let's have a look at the headlight. Wow, that's just the side light. I've got that new switch, remember. The side light is now brighter than the old headlight. High beam and low beam. There's my flash button. So yeah, some kind of electrical gremlin. Let's knock that off. Obviously the stator was, it was a cheap Chinese stator actually that I put on 3 years ago when I first got it, when it had a few running issues. It wasn't connected to the problem that I was having at the time, but yeah, it was a Chinese crap one. And the flywheel, well, as you saw, it's lost a significant amount of magnetism. That's obviously made a difference. So I've got a match pair from, I think it was Racing Planet. Weren't too expensive, to be honest, about 50 quid. Rectifier regulator, yeah, 25 quid. CDI unit, 12 quid. Is it worth pissing about with these little components? You might just get new and you've got peace of mind and stay away from the Chinese crap. So, yeah, right, back to the MOT station for a retest then. Battery box is back on now. Yeah, that big battery, it does fit. It was the correct one for the bike. So, yeah, kudos to the wife there. But here we are, I've got something to show you. MOT test certificate. Yes, we are past the MOT. Those electrical gremlins extinguished. And we now have a fully road legal bike. We do have this advisory: main beam telltale not working. Well, as you can see here, it obviously is working. I think maybe the MOT tester has not done a checkbox on the computer, possibly. I don't know, but I have had issues with those electronic MOTs before. I'll show you what I mean. I've got Rupert up here on the screen. And let's go back to when I bought it. I bought it in, when did I get it? I got it about June 21. And like I said earlier in the video series, did a bit of work on it and got it through its MOT. Initially, if the tester failed it, rear registration plate lamp does not illuminate simultaneously with the position lamp, number plate light, basically. And when I went down to pick it up, I had to tell the tester, in fact I had to show him the wiring diagram that Fowler's hold online, the exploded diagram, that the light fitting at the back, it doesn't even have a fitting for a lamp holder. It's the S series of bikes, it just doesn't have one. So he had to change his mind and give me the pass. However, I mean, I've now got a failure in the history for nothing, and it wasn't my fault, it was a mechanic. But anyway, there you go. You can see the sort of mileage that I've been doing up to the following year, not even 2,000 kilometres, and then the following year, 1,500 kilometres. The following year, that was last year, it failed. Front brake pads close to the minimum limit, and motor structure is corroded, but slightly rigidity is not. So, yeah, that has been taken care of anyway, because we've done that welding and it's all been stone chipped and everything now. And obviously all the brakes are new anyway. But that was last year, 13,715, up to this year, 14,076. So yeah, we've only done about 400k since last year. I did say it was not being used very much. So with the bike fully legal and his paperwork to boot, it's time for the emblems, the Vespa emblems. We've got to put all them on. We've got a few other little trim bits. Oh, I've got something else to show you, Hunter. Hang on, let me stand you up. Tripod mode enabled again. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, postman bought it the other day. I knew what it was, so I saved it. Correct moment, which is now. Yeah, all my details are correct. Let's have a look. Is it going to be done? New colour, cream and red. Beautiful. Right. So emblems to put on. A few little trim pieces, make it look its best. I was out for a little ride last night, did about 30k, now it was road legal, get a good testing. So let's say, I think we're going to have to visit that jetting again, but yes, it ran really well, enjoyed it, but I did have a bit of a vibration. I had to pull over the road, over the side of the road and have a look around, and it was this bloody thing rattling away like billy-o. Well, this screw had come out and been lost on the road somewhere, and these were loose, and it was just rattling away. I've never been happy with that. When I bought the exhaust, it was advertised as a chrome trim, and that certainly is not chrome, that is brushed stainless steel. So I had an idea, so I dug out the scrap pile, a few weeks ago this was. I got Rupert's old exhaust out, and it still had the trim piece on, it was the red one, as you can see here. Once I'd paint stripped it, it was in remarkably good condition for saying how many times Rupert had been dropped. There's no dents in it or anything like that. So we set the spraying gear up again and I repainted it and colour coded. So yeah, that should look nice. So we're going to get that on, get the emblems on, and yeah, what next? What else we've got to do next? No, that's it. we're virtually there. End of the project. Well, not the end of this video. We've got a few tunes to come yet. We get these emblems on, then it'll be the full reveal. Gonna have a ride out. We'll go and have a pint, a little bit of a chat about the project. And while we're up there, I will tell you about something very special coming at the end of the video. So yeah, I'll talk to you a little bit. Enjoy this tune. Got a few more on the way. See you in a bit.
Can we go thrift shopping?
What?
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
Now, walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock. I'm just pumped. I bought some shit from a thrift shop. Ice on the fringe is so damn frosty. The people like,
Damn, that's a cold ass honky.
rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine. Dressed in all pink, set my gator shoes. Those are green, draped in a leopard mink. Girl standing next to me. Probably should've washed this. Smells like R. Kelly sheets. But shit, it was 99 cents. I get copping it, washing it. About to go and get some compliments. Passing up on those moccasins. Someone else has been walking in. Bummy and grungy fucking man. I am stunting and flossing and saving my money. And I'm hella happy that's a bargain, bitch. I'ma take your grandpa style. I'ma take your grandpa style. No, for real. Ask your grandpa, can I have his hand-me-down? Velour jumpsuit and some house slippers. Dookie brown leather jacket that I found. Dig it. They had a broken keyboard. I bought a broken keyboard. I bought a ski blanket. Then I bought a kneeboard. Hello, my ace man, my mellow. John Wayne ain't got nothing on my fringe game, hell no. I could take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, he got the Velcro.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
What she know about rocking the wolf on your noggin? What she knowin' about wearing a fur fox skin? I'm digging, I'm searching right through that luggage. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Thank your granddad for donating that plaid button up shirt. Cause right now I'm up in her stuntin'. I'm at the Goodwill, you can find me in the I'm not stuck on searching in the section. Your grandma, your auntie, your mama, your mammy. I'll take those flannel zebra jammies secondhand and rock that motherfucker. The built-in onesie with the socks on that motherfucker. I hit the party and they stop in that motherfucker. They be like, oh, that Gucci, that's hella tight. I'm like, yo, that's $50 for a t-shirt. Limited edition, let's do some simple edition. $50 for a t-shirt, that's just some ignorant bitch. Shit, I call that getting swindled and pimped. I call that getting tricked by business. That shirt's hella dope. And having the same one as 6 other people in this club is a hella don't. Peep gang, come take a look through my telescope. Tryna get girls from a brand, man, you hella won't. Man, you hella won't.
Goodwill. Poppin' tags. Yeah.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'll wear your granddad's clothes.
Damn right.
I look incredible.
Now come on, man.
I'm in this big ass coat
Big-ass
from
coat.
that thrift shop down the
Let's go,
road.
come on.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
Is that your grandma's coat?
No, it's not my grandma's coat. It's my old MA1 bomber jacket. The postman's just bought one more tin badge to add to the collection. It's a little Rupert with a policeman's helmet on, directing the traffic. How appropriate. Right, so we are now going to go for a ride out to Matlock Bath. Now, if anyone from the Midlands, here in the UK will know Matlock Bath from their childhood and beyond. Matlock Bath is an old Victorian town, about 10 or 15 miles up the road from where I am. And it is like the seaside without the sea. In fact, it's probably the furthest possible amount of miles that you could possibly be in the UK from the actual coastline is Matlock Bath. But it's like the seaside without the sea. Full of chip shops, arcades, pubs, and it's also a meeting place for all of the Midlands bikers. Yeah, especially weekends, bank holidays. Oh, hundreds of bikers all there with the big bikes lined up. I think it's a little bit cheeky that we go there with Rupert because he's the smallest bike on the road and technically still a motorcycle.
He's got a brand new car, looks like a Jaguar. It's got leather seats, it's got a CD player. But I don't wanna talk about it anymore. I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna save it, yeah. So don't you try and fake it anymore, anymore.
So why did I restore Rupert? Well, I kind of fell in love with it. I was commuting on him for near enough 3 years, and despite the fact it was being a grumpy bastard most of the time, he never let me down. So I kind of fell in love with it, but I didn't intend to restore it. And I said right at the start of the video I was just coming up for retirement. I suffered a bit of ill health. And it forced me into a medical retirement, which obviously I had no plans for that. And it came as quite a shock, and I struggled quite a lot mentally. I found myself, it was a late winter, dark, and the weather was crap. I couldn't get out fishing. I had no job to go to, and I felt myself falling into a bit of a depression. So I knew that I had to get myself out of it. And I needed a project, I needed something to keep me busy, even if it was just for an hour a day, just doing a bit of research or ordering parts. Some days I didn't feel like doing anything at all, but that's what Rupert was really. It was a project to help mental health and keep me busy for a few months, and it certainly did that. Here's a nice line of bikers. Bit of appreciation there. I think it's kind of cute that it's the smallest engine on the road. Well, these boys, I'll have Rupert for breakfast, wouldn't they? On his little 50cc. Oh yes. Yeah, I felt a little bit guilty replacing all those electrical components. So I dug out the very original Delauto carburettor, the one that was on it when I bought it. Spent a good hour in the ultrasonic cleaner. Came up pretty good. Put the needle and the jet that I had in it when you saw me tuning it into this carb. Put that on just for the sake of originality, really, and it's running really, really nice. So about 90%, 95% throttle going downhill when the back wheel's driving the engine. It's getting a little bit of like a misfire, popping a little bit. So I think I've got a little bit of fuel starvation. So it might just be one needle clip down. That's probably all it would take. But it's fine for now. What sort of tooling do you need for a project like this? Well, if you're going to do everything yourself like I did, I wanted to do everything. That was the blasting, the spraying, everything. I wanted to do everything myself, just to show you that moderate workshop toolkit, you can get this project done, no problem. So you're going to need a compressor. Now, I bought the compressor new, 100 litre one, as you saw, and I bought the blasting gun. They're cheap enough, the exterior blasting, and then I bought a second-hand blasting cabinet, just one of those bench top ones. Bought it off eBay, and I was blasting aluminium oxide, doing all the nuts and bolts and little bits and bobs ready for zinc plating. I paid 70 quid for that off eBay. It was used, bought some media for it. I ended up buying a new piece of polycarbonate to make a new door lid for it, because the old one was knackered. And when I'd finished with it, I sold it for 100 quid. So, you know, that paid for itself, really. The compressor, spray gun, just the air, just having air tools, be able to blow off stuff. If you've got air, it's really, really brilliant, to be honest. Yeah, spray gun, what else do we get? Tyre inflator, obviously. Just other little bits and bobs, the airline, the filters and stuff like that. I bought all of that brand new for this project. Once I'd finished with it, give it a good wipe over on eBay, sold no problem at all. So it cost a lot, but think of it as long-term hiring. I think with the compressor, all of the associated pipework and tools and fittings, and the blasting cabinet and the media, it's 700 quid. However, it's all since been sold, and I got 500 quid for it off eBay. So the blasting stuff and the compressor and the painting stuff, they're two separate lots. So yeah, it cost me 200 quid, and you won't be able to hire that for 6 months for 200 quid. So that was money well spent. Tool-wise, I mean, you've seen my tools. They're just mechanics tools that have been built up over a lifetime, really, sockets and spanners. But all you need is well, it's obviously metric, so just get yourself a metric socket set, metric set of spanners, and buy all the bits and bobs as you need to go. There are some special tools that you need. Variator lock tool was very handy. You see it here. If you haven't got an impact driver, like the yellow DeWalt one you've seen me using occasionally, they tend to shock bolts off. If you are doing the seals, the crankshaft seals, you will need the seating tool. Well, I dare say you could do it with a socket if you wanted, some big sockets, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that it was the correct depth, and that is the correct tool for it. If you're doing anything on the front end with a headset, you're going to need the C spanner, as you can see me here, just for tightening down the lock nut. And what else are you going to need? If you're messing with the tyres, tyre levers. When I did the tyres, I just got this cheap set off Amazon. Really was dirt cheap. It was about £14 maybe, something like that. Get 3 levers and rim guards. It surprised me how easy it was to do, to be honest. I thought I was going to struggle a bit, but no, it was alright. It's pretty good. It comes with a little tool, taking the valve core out, and you can use that to pull the new one in. It comes with a load of valves, load of inserts. Well, they're the valves really, aren't they? But you know what I mean. And a load of dust caps, and that was dirt cheap, and it worked really, really well. Flywheel tool, you would need one of these really. Right, yeah, it's basically just to pop it off the taper. This is the one that fitted mine. I bought this set again off Amazon. Really wasn't much at all, can't remember, maybe, I don't know, 20 quid let's say. But yeah, that was probably 2 years ago since I bought that. But I bought the set because I didn't know which one was required for the flywheel on this scooter. And it is, as you can see, it is the M26, and the thread pitch is 1mm. So it's 26 by 1. That is the puller for the flywheel, and if you after one of those, you can just buy the individual one for your size, if you know what size the thread is. You're going to do everything yourself except the blasting, the welding and the painting, which I know a lot of restorers do because they don't want all that equipment and you don't have that skill set. Obviously, you've got to factor in the cost of having all of that done, and that can render a project such as this uneconomical to do. How much did it cost me? Well, how much do you think it cost me? Considering the state of the bike itself, it was ready for the scrapyard. Come on, let's be honest, it was bloody knackered, weren't it? But yeah, ain't it lovely now? Oh, those lines, man, I love them. Yeah, well, I factored in the £200, which it cost me to kind of hire the air equipment. So with that £200, the paint was expensive, plus we had to order more because we did that little colour change, got rid of that disgusting Katie Price pink, supposed to be purple, and got that beautiful burgundy wine red. Yeah, the paint was quite expensive, and all the other bits and bobs that you need to go with it, 200 quid. The panels were expensive, the wrap was expensive, the exhaust were expensive. There's quite a lot of expensive parts, but I have tried to keep it Piaggio original. Even the mirrors, the 2 replacement mirrors on there, Piaggio. Somewhat, you can find some little bits and bobs of genuine Piaggio, but pretty cheap. I got a speedometer cable, genuine Piaggio, 19 quid. I thought that was a bargain, but go on, how much? Have you got a number? Yeah, I have. Between 2 and 2.5 grand. Let's say, just in case the wife watches this video, 2,000. The bike is, let's say, it's a modern classic. It's a 50cc. It's just a modest little bike, but yeah, nut and bolt, bare metal restoration. What's something like that worth now? I've no idea. Did it for fun, didn't do it for money, but I will guess it will probably just about be worth 2 grand in the right climate. So yeah, spent 2 grand and it's probably worth 2 grand. So yeah, I broke even, but that is certainly not the reason why I did it. As you know, I spoke about it earlier. Yeah, mental health project really helped with that. I'm in a better place now, obviously, and summer's here and I'm enjoying a ride out. So talking of ride outs, today was critical, absolutely critical. I had to make sure that he could have a good run out. We've probably done 30 miles this evening. Up to Matlock, a little detour up Duffield round Wordsworth, and yeah, got back here. Why is it critical? Well, it's got to be stressed under all different road conditions, load conditions, uphill, down, etc, etc. Because the whole idea of this project, obviously, is to keep me busy, to keep me sane, and I wanted to take this wreck to a rally. That's right. Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Now I know the bike is good. I've got a van booked tomorrow off Enterprise. We're going to pick that up, bring it back here. Rupert's going in the back, and we're off to Great Yarmouth to a scooter rally being organised by the Sidewinders Scooter Club. On the Who. On the Who, that is an East Anglian, Norfolk slang word. It means crooked, twisted, not level. But yeah, that's where we're going. On the Who scooter rally tomorrow morning. See you in the van.
Oh, I wasn't recording. I'm kidding.
Scooter rally! Whoa, a long old drive that. What, 160 miles, something like that? Traffic's not been great either. But I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for Rupert, and he can be amongst his friends. And this bloody dafty, give him a run on the beach and in the sea. Stay with me for another tune and see some beautiful and crazy scooters.
right from the core.
Yeah, there's a wife having a swim. We just come up the coast a few miles, had a little bit of beach time. Bob's been in the sea as well, he's not sure about the waves, but yeah, that's the weekend over. Rupert's in the back of the van, just had some fish and chips and a bit of a walk before the long drive back home. So that is it, Project Rupert is completed, it's been restored, it's been on the road, and we've been to a scooter rally with him as well. Big shout out to the boys and girls of the Sidewinders Scooter Club of Great Yarmouth. What a weekend they put on. Lots of drinking, lots of skanking, lots of great music. What a fabulous time. Highlight for me was the ride out yesterday through Great Yarmouth. Really busy. Saturday afternoon, sun was shining, tourists were all out, all stopping to turn their heads and look at the bikes. What a great feeling it was. The smell of the two-stroke and the noise of the engines really was incredible. So please subscribe, because you might be interested in the next project that we got coming up. You might have noticed last couple of videos there is more and more room appearing in my garage. Yes, we're making room for the next project. Something floaty, that's all I'm going to say for now. So from me and the Bob, I will say goodbye. Hope you've enjoyed the project. Please leave us a comment, tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da.